Now before going ahead, let us write down few uh, notes. The first note is, as I have already told you, 5 is always dividing 5, right? Why? If you divide 5 by 5, what will happen? 5 ones are 5, and what is the remainder? That is 0, right? So in general, what can I say? A will always divide A, right? Just I will write here, for a non-zero integer A, or better I will say B, for a non-zero integer B, we have B divides B. Now we'll go for the second note. Now if you think of some number, arbitrary number, let me say 100. So 100 is always divisible by one number. Can you guess it? It is 1, right? Because I will write 100, you are going to get 100, and the remainder is going to be what? 0. So this will always happen, right? So therefore 1 will divide B for any B belonging to Z. So this is always true. Now third one, what if my dividend is 0? So I'll take any number over here, let me say A. So what should I take here so that this number will be divisible? Naturally I'll think of 0. So A multiplied by 0 will be 0, and I'll get remainder to be 0. So the meaning is A is going to divide 0 for any A belonging to Z. Third one is A divides 0 for any, obviously I'm going to take A to be non-zero for any non-zero integer A, because you should always avoid 0 upon 0. Just keep it in mind, okay? Because 0 upon 0 does not exist. I hope you know it. Now let us go for few important properties. First, for ABC belonging to Z, A divides B and B divides C implies A divides C. This is transitive property. Means the meaning is, as you know, 2 divides 4 and 4 divides 8. Therefore what can you say? 2 divides 8, right? Because this number and this number is same. That is what we are having. A divides B. If we are having A divides B, and if we are having B divides C, immediately we can say that A divides C. Let us think of this example, then you will understand it properly. 2 divides 4 is there, 4 divides 8 is there, therefore we can say that 2 divides 8. So in this way we can use this property, and proving it is very simple. So I'll say let A divides B and B divides C, or you can say suppose, I'll say suppose A divides B and B divides C, and now I will prove A divides C. That is nothing but what? In order to prove A divides C, what we have to prove? C is equal to A multiplied by some integer, right? Now since we are having A divides B and B divides C, so I'll say since A divides B and B divides C, therefore what can you say? Since A is dividing B, we can write B is equal to AK1 for some K1 belonging to Z, and since B is dividing C, how can you write C? C can be written as B multiplied by K2 for some, I'll say K1, K2 belonging to Z. Now the question is, with the help of these two equations, can you prove C is equal to A multiplied by some integer? This is the question. Now naturally we are having C is equal to BK, but I don't want this B, I want A. So anyhow, can you bring that A in picture? Just think for a while. So if you got it, very good. So the idea is we are going to substitute the value of B here, because we are already having the value of B, that is AK. So what I will do, I will call it as some 1, and I will call it as some 2. Now just I am going to put the value of B in 2. So from 2 what we are having? From 2 we are having C is equal to BK2, and therefore C will be equal to AK1 multiplied by K2 by using 2 we have by using 1 actually. So from 1 we have used the value of B, and therefore C is equal to A multiplied by K1 K2, and this K1 K2 is integer only because product of any two integers is again an integer, so I'll call it as some K3, where K3 is equal to K1 multiplied by K2, which belongs to Z, and therefore we can say A divides C, and that is what we wanted to prove. Therefore A divides C. Now we will go for next property. Yes, now let us try to prove it. So I'll say suppose A divides B and C divides D. Now I hope you are getting this result actually. So how we can use this result? So if we are having 2 divides 4 and 7 divides 35, so what can you say? You just take the product of divisors and dividend. Okay, so if you take the products, what you are going to get? 14 and 35 fours, I guess 140, and you can see that 14 is dividing 140. So this is the magic of this property, but we are going to use it, right? But we are going to prove it. Now since A is dividing B and C is dividing D, so therefore what will happen? This will imply B will be equal to AK1 and D will be equal to CK2 for some K1 K2 belonging to Z. So now to prove, what we have to prove? AC divides BD, that is nothing but what? We have to show this BD is equal to AC multiplied by some integer. So that some integer can be anything. It can be product of integers, it can be sum of integers, it can be anything. So therefore it is called as for some integer. Okay, obviously there are reasons for every statement in mathematics. So idea is simple. Can you guess what should be the idea? If you got it, very good. We are going to simply take the product of 1 and 2. Okay, so by taking, or you can say by multiplying 1 and 2 together, therefore what you are going to get, BD will be equal to A K1 multiplied by CK2, but I want AC, so we can use the associative property. I hope you have studied the associative property in analysis. If not yet, then we are going to study maybe in the next unit, I guess. So associative means you can change the bracket. So if you change the bracket, still you get the same answer. So I can write it as A K1C, right? I have changed the brackets, and further this C can be shifted from here to here, right? Because in integers, you know, 2 multiplied by 3 is same as 3 multiplied by 2. So the shifting is possible. See, so 3 has been shifted on the left hand side, still you get the same answer, 6 in both the cases. So therefore this C can be shifted, and therefore I can write it as A CK1, this K2 as it is. Now again there will be associative property we are going to use, and this is equal to AC K1 K2, and I think that is what we wanted to prove. And you can call this K1 K2 as some K3, so this is equal to AC K3, where K3 is equal to K1 K2 belonging to Z, and therefore AC is dividing BD, and that is what we wanted to prove. So in the next class we will see some more interesting properties of divisibility. So we will stop here. Thank you.